A group of parents of female pupils from the Kuilen High School have opened criminal cases against a 16-year-old pupil and the school itself, accusing the teenager of sexual assault, racist behavior, and persistent intimidation. The parents, who claim their children have been subjected to verbal abuse, derogatory language, and racial slurs for years, argue that the school failed to take appropriate action when they brought the matter to its attention.
All right, let's get into our main discussion for the hour. So a group of parents of female pupils from the Dr. Kuilen High School have opened criminal cases against a 16-year-old student and the school itself, accusing the teenager of sexual assault, racist behavior, and persistent intimidation. The parents, who claim their children have been subjected to verbal abuse, derogatory language, and racial slurs for years, argue that the school failed to take appropriate action when they brought the matter to its attention. Newsroom Africa's reporter Nasipi Same filed this report.
A dozen parents are taking action against Kuilen High School and a 16-year-old boy for alleged racism, derogatory language, sexual harassment, threats, and intimidation. Parents are not only concerned for their children's safety, but also their mental well-being. They say their repeated complaints over the 2 years to the school went unanswered.
He would ask my daughter if she would rape her own child one day, and that he had fantasies of killing babies and raping children himself. It's also intimidation and also violent, graphic comments and threats against the girls. No child should even know about those things, and they exposed our children, and they are traumatized. And the school and the child's parents, they should take responsibility, because this is unacceptable.
In response, the Western Cape Education Department says the school did follow due process, adding that a legal representative was appointed to oversee the matter, ensuring fairness and integrity to the process.
On hearing the allegations, the school immediately followed all the necessary protocols. They instituted disciplinary procedures, filled out the necessary forms which were sent to social workers, and contacted all the parents of those involved in the case. The learners who had lodged the complaints were invited to a special meeting with the Family Violence Child Protection Unit of SAPS. This was attended by some of the learners and their parents. The parents were also informed of the disciplinary case and that they could testify on a specific date. Some learners opted not to testify and withdrew their statements. Despite all this, the SGB found the learner guilty of serious misconduct, and sanctions have been determined, which include suspension.
Despite the department's response, the Parents for Equal Education organization is not satisfied.
The Schools Act is very clear on disciplinary hearings. Once these girls reported the issue, this child should have been charged and suspended. And there's a time frame in which you bring the disciplinary hearing. It's 7 days. You can't wait a month. However, in this case, the school equally have a duty to report it to the police immediately and not wait for an outcome of a disciplinary hearing. So they've waited almost a month. For far too long, the parents have put their faith in the school. Now we're exploring the criminal justice system, and we're exploring each law to their disposal.
For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Nasipi Same in Kuilen River.